Now the main event. Graham Platner's campaign has all but collapsed. He could withdraw from the race at any moment, and there is reporting that there's going to be a video released later tonight with more details about whatever he is or isn't going to do. Platner, meanwhile, and the state Democratic Party have been fighting over the timing of Platner's exit and the process to find a new nominee. And by the way, that is a kind of microcosm of party-wide Democratic tussles between the perceived establishment and perceived outside renegades. Caitlin Huey-Burns joins us now from Portland, Maine, with all of the topsy-turvy events of the day. CHB, take it away.
Hey, Major. Well, this is such a beautiful state, but it is in a state of mess right now when it comes to Democratic Party politics. There's finger pointing everywhere. Democrats are furious and frustrated that Platner has put them in this position and has prolonged the process of exiting the race. And they're saying that the longer he stays in, the more difficult it is to find a replacement, go about that process, and work towards their ultimate goal, which is defeat Susan Collins. I mean, remember, Democrats can't win back the Senate without winning back Maine. So this is such a key race here. And all through the day today, you've had this Democratic infighting. You know, first the Democratic Party said that Platner was trying to put his thumb on the scale and trying to influence the process of finding a nominee once he drops out. The Platner campaign said, no, they were just reaching out to the Democratic Party to kind of gauge what the process would be. And they're also insisting that the voters, not the party establishment leaders, should decide this thing. The Democratic Party came back again today and said, you know, Platner, in their words, is focused on distracting from the job of defeating Susan Collins. But the Maine Democratic Party remains hyper-focused on developing a representative, transparent, and inclusive process to find a new nominee. They also said, we are so thankful for Graham Platner's supporters, who are a vital part of our party. And Major, that really gets to it here, because there is also a concern that Platner has brought in a lot of disaffected voters into the fold. And his argument is that he wants to keep that momentum going for the November election. Democrats need those voters too. So they're kind of walking a fine line here. Meanwhile, Major, Platner hasn't even dropped out yet, but there is already a field of potential candidates just waiting in the wings to jump into this race potentially should he drop out. I want you to take a listen to one of them, Dr. Nirav Shah, who we spoke to earlier today. He ran for governor in the governor's race just last month, didn't win that one, but he tells us he's considering possibly jumping into this one. Take a listen.
The answer is yes. The time for him to have made a decision was the minute these allegations dropped. His first video should have concluded with, I am withdrawing from this race. The second best time for him to have made a decision is literally any minute after that. Any minute, every hour that goes by without him withdrawing and allowing the party to initiate its process to find a successor is another hour that the eventual nominee is behind, and another hour where Susan Collins gets to solidify and fortify her base. Literally, we are in a situation 4 months out where every day matters, and we need to get to the nominating process so the nominee can get out there as quickly as possible.
And so the clock is ticking, Major. He has until 5 p.m. on Monday to drop out so the party can then begin the process of selecting a nominee. And after that, they would have 2 weeks. The end of July is their deadline to pick whoever comes next.
A couple other names, Maine State Rep Valley Geiger and Dan Kleben of Maine Beer Company. They've also talked about possibly running. It could be a ring with lots of hats in it once the ring is established. Caitlin Huey-Burns, thank you so very much.